Sisulu says she is optimistic that the ANC will resolve the challenges in its internal processes because it simply has no choice.
What I'm talking to is a constituency that would understand that indeed South Africa is ready for a female president. But that's not all that we are selling. What we are selling is South Africa is ready for change. South Africa is ready for all of those things that we have been promising, and we need a certain urgency. We need change. We are arguing about the kind of complacency that the ANC has resorted to, and some of the things that have been associated with us, which we would like to rid our community of. We are arguing against a whole lot of other things that we could have done better. And looking back in retrospect, we feel that perhaps we've lost so many other members of the organization whose contribution would have been vital in carrying us forward. And we therefore review some of the things that we have done wrong. And the things that we have done fundamentally wrong is a slate. Because a slate puts together those people that support you. And ANC is not about the support of an individual. It is about the support of the principles that are espoused by a particular individual. And that is the people that I'm addressing myself to. I have a set of principles which I have called my manifesto, and these are based on the Freedom Charter, a renewed and a revived Freedom Charter that appeals to the current situation. And I put it out to say, this is what I believe in. This is the country I fought for. This is the country I'd like to leave to the younger generation. And if anybody feels attracted to that kind of principle and that kind of message, I'd like them to be part of this particular movement for change. Mm-hmm. Slates are very limited, in some cases self-serving. Let me, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, and get your support and get your branch on behind me. Mm-hmm. And it has been the root of factions. And the more factionalized the ANC is, the less possibility there is of us coming together at the end of it and moving forward a much more renewed and reinvigorated. Invariably, when slates win, or a slate win, the slate that does not, or the slates that do not win, suffer despondency. And in some cases, the despondency becomes so extreme that people walk away. We've seen so many people walk away. We've seen COPE walk away in large numbers. And they walked away almost in anger. They got to the space of COPE, discovered that actually our roots are in the ANC. Everything we're saying and believe in is back in the ANC. So it would be better for us to go back. But in the meantime, we lost them.
Do you think that possibility still is there of another breakaway?
No, we are working towards making sure there is no breakaway. What we're also further working towards is making sure that those people who broke away out of despondency, we are able to attract. We're saying we want to rebuild the ANC, to revive the ANC, and those people who belong to the ANC. See, the ANC, the advantage that the ANC has is that it is a family. It's not like, I don't know what happens in the DA, but within the ANC, it actually is a family that goes back to 1912, and all of us that believe in the Freedom Charter belong to this family. We relate to each other. We call each other comrades. We don't say so and so, Mr. Stewart or Mr. Malema or whatever. We are comrades, and comrades mean that person for whom I'm able to give up everything, that person for whom I would die to make sure that that person has a better life. So ours, I would find, has a higher connectivity, has a higher passion around the objectives as opposed to any other party. And those people who have left the ANC have invariably found that their passion is left behind in the ANC. And we want to open our doors and say, look, if in any way we have done anything that you may not have liked, we're opening our doors, and together we can do it so much better. And we owe it to the younger generation to come together to clear up any mess that we may have created and make it better for them.
Meanwhile, the ANC NEC member Mathews Phosa has also addressed the issues of corruption that the ANC is currently battling with.
We have outsourced our political leadership to the court of law. We have outsourced the power of the NEC to the court of law. And the court of law are making rulings on our own constitution because we don't respect our own constitution. Is that what has happened to us? We can't decide what must happen in a conference. We must ask the court to decide for us. And they didn't tell us we did not observe our own constitution. Are we proud about that? We have a deeply divided leadership which reflects the crisis in the organization. And you see it every day. You see it every day. When the Nkandla issue came up, and it was very serious, and the Constitutional Court pronounced on the President, you failed to observe your oath of office. It can't be worse than that as a President, because you are the custodian of that oath of office and of the Constitution. But the judges say you failed to protect it. What does the NEC do? They take collective responsibility. How can you, as a passenger in my car, when I go and bump a tree, you say you also bumped a tree? Doesn't make sense to me. It's the most unintelligent decision taken by the NEC. And things start to go wrong there. But then they must take collective responsibility for everything else. With some chase, I will not chase it. Spanish, I think. The alliance is only an alliance in name. And we can see now what's happening. We need this alliance. We need a strong Communist Party, a strong COSATU which is united. We need it. But the country needs a strong ANC. It needs a strong ANC. The DA is too weak. Yeah, they're too weak. This country is big. It needs a powerful organization to rule it. And therefore there's a responsibility on our shoulders, comrades. Whatever complaints we may have, we must be responsible towards the ANC. We must build it. We must strengthen it. We must never give up on the ANC. Just because of a few corrupt individuals. If the president is said to be corrupt, the ANC is not corrupt. He is not the ANC. If I am corrupt, the ANC is not corrupt. Mathews Phosa is corrupt.
And the general branch meetings of